phones on silent for me? We ask it just out of a vain habit. It doesn't really do anything. The phones will still ring during the presentation, despite my best efforts. But if you want to avoid that this evening, why don't you put it on silent for me? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All of you have tuned in from around the country this evening. It's Thursday night, graveyard shift for me. Always. Rob gets all the Tuesday nights when everybody's here and there's energy during the week. I'm end of the week. So I've got to put the energy back in you, which I'm hoping to do this evening, and make it worth your while for a Thursday night to be here with us. It's exciting times. I mean, I say that often, but it really is. I'm totally excited about what's happening at DuePoint at the moment. If you were with us on Tuesday night, I think it was one of our just best evenings that we have ever had here. We had a bunch of people talking, including Donnie, who's in the audience with us this evening, and it was just exciting. It was just amazing to see people's lives change with us here at DuePoint. And so this evening, I'm going to try and share with you just a piece of that excitement, just a piece of what we do here at DuePoint, and perhaps start a journey with you where you can get the rest of the information over the next couple of weeks and months and years with us and see why people's lives have been changing so much with us. Before we get going, ladies and gentlemen, let me just remind you that DuePoint, which is where you're sitting this evening. Oh, I see my little mouse thing there. There we go. DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Constantia is a South African company, first founded in 1952, so it is 68 years old this year, nearly 69 years old. That means we're not new, we're not from overseas, and we are public and listed, which means you can find us on the JSE. We're licensed as a life and short-term insurance company, so you're not dealing with an intermediary or an agent or a business on the side. This is the real deal. Everything you need to know about DuePoint is public, and we want you to have a real sense of confidence about us. Now, we formed this division, DuePoint, in Constantia nearly half a decade ago now. I saw the months are ticking away. I recently was working on some numbers, and we really are coming up on half a decade here at DuePoint. And ladies and gentlemen, we formed it for one reason only, and that was to create for South Africans an economically viable solution that they could use to solve the crisis that we're in South Africa. In South Africa today, as individuals, we no longer have control over our income or our expenditure. As every week passes, as every month passes, I read the newspapers about how bad things are getting in South Africa. For a long time, South Africans were unwilling to hear it, but I think that slowly they're starting to realize that sticking their head in the sand is no longer an option. We are not going to be pulled out of the economic situation we're in unless we do something now as the citizens of South Africa. We cannot wait for government. We cannot wait for business. It's not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. We as individuals are going to have to form our own solution, and that is what we built here at DuePoint. We created a system that we call the DuePoint system. That's why it's got a pointer on the screen, because the DuePoint system, you see. Let me move this out the way. There we go. There we go. The DuePoint system, it's a wealth creation system, and it is unlike anything you have seen before. This I can completely assure you. This is not a presentation like one you've been in before, where you've had to go out afterwards and sell goodies to people, where you've had to run around and do presentations, where you've had things in your cars and in your garages and in your fridges. That's not what this is. Those things have never formed economically viable and permanent solutions for South Africans. Otherwise, we'd all be doing them, and none of you would have the stigma you right now have as you watch this presentation over your right elbow. You know that. Everybody watches this presentation like this. This is a defensive position to protect them from whatever I'm about to throw on them. Okay, this is not one of those presentations, and we are not one of those companies. We are a wealth creation company. We do not ask you to sell anything. That is a big step for most South Africans to realize. There is no selling that takes place here. There is no presenting. You will not do any presentations for DuePoint. There's no arguing. There's no debating. And there is no embarrassing yourself in front of your friends. No, our system is technology-based, and it asks you to do one thing: just connect South Africans to us. That's it. I want you to take our piece of technology and go to the 57 million South Africans who are all in economic crisis, all of them, and just connect them to us, and we do the rest of the work. By connecting South Africans to us, you create greater market share, more impact for us, and we're able to create greater revenue from that connection. That results and enables us to then create a reliable stream of income for you, which we call wealth. We don't deal in cash here at DuePoint. Cash is when you're having to sell something. When you sell something, you get cash for the sale. Your job is, in fact, a cash transaction business. This month, they will pay you. You do not return next month, they won't pay you again. that also is not an economic solution to the problem that we have in South Africa. What we need is income that is recurring, that is permanent, and that is potentially lifetime. And that is what we create at DuePoint. We build it all off of the back of our financial services products that run on automatic debit orders, and it means that every month that those debit orders run, no matter what's happening in your life, whether it's the Rugby World Cup final or Christmas, it doesn't matter, the debit orders are raised and your income comes in. Those that have been with us for a couple of years now know what it's like, that every month, without any particular effort from themselves, have an income stream that flows in. You know, there's a lot of things that are flowing through South Africa all the time. We've been watching them over the last 5 years, but I've seen them for the most of my life. There's always a new thing that arrives here. They've got all sorts of fancy names, and they always promise you all sorts of millions and wealth and life-changing things. And we as South Africans flock to them. We flock to them. It was a wonderful show on the radio and Power FM just last week, where there was a lady her whole purpose in life is to hop from one thing to the next. And when she was challenged by the DJ, why do you keep doing it if you're losing money? She said, why don't you go to the legitimate businesses? She said, no, I don't go to legitimate businesses. They don't pay you enough. I went to the illegitimate businesses, the illegal ones. They pay you more. And he said, but you've just told me that you've lost money at all the illegal ones. No, but I'll keep going, because somewhere along the line, I'll be the winner. Well, you know what they call that? There's a word for that. It's gambling. It's gambling. It's why so many people buy the lottery. You know what they call the lottery? The lottery, when in the inside of the room, you guys are buying the tickets on the outside of the room. Inside the room, they call it the poor man's tax. How many of you have won the lottery? But how many of you have bought lottery tickets? Congratulations, you've all been taxed for something you will receive no benefit for. That's what it is. And so we as South Africans run around. Here at DuePoint, we build a freedom. It is an income that is there every month without any particular work from you, that can be relied on, that is steadfast, and one that you can build for your entire lifetime. Folks, it's been built in South Africa, so it takes into account all of your circumstances. I can assure you, we see about 10,000 people a month through DuePoint's technology. And I have not found a single one of the people that we've looked at over all the half decade that we've been doing this, that the DuePoint systems didn't fit in to their circumstances. So when you come this evening and you look at the system and you go, no, this is not for me, I can assure you it is. There isn't a set of circumstances that DuePoint is not for you in. It doesn't matter how much you earn, what title you have, what job you have. In South Africa, nothing is permanent anymore. It is all fading. And the DuePoint system, designed in South Africa, by South Africans, for South Africans, will fit into your circumstances. It is a system that takes into account the fact that you don't have time. It takes into account the fact that you don't know anyone. It takes into account the fact that you're not a salesperson. It takes into account all the excuses you could possibly think of. Because when we built this system, these were the things that I thought, that Rob thought, that the team that built this division thought. And we said we better make a system that does take all of that into account. It is a system of technology, and it simply requires you to connect South Africans to us. Folks, we then build into the system wealth protection. We understand in South Africa today that the climate is very, very temperate. It is up and down. Every day something is happening and we require protection. There's 3 rules to wealth creation: increase your earnings, decrease your expenditure, and protect what you've got. As a wealth engineer at no cost, you get our free legal access service, which gives you a lawyer at the end of your phone 24 hours a day, nationwide, 365 days a year. At any point from this point forward, as a wealth engineer, you will always have legal protection. That's what you get for being a wealth engineer. You won't pay for that service. You can even add your family members to it. They will pay 25 Rand a month, but you will have legal protection with us. At the end of your phone, a lawyer 24 hours a day, simply by being an engineer of wealth here with us at DuePoint. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, you will get the free use of our technology, our system, our people, our auditoriums, our conference areas, our encounters, our training, our application forms. You'll get free use of all of that by simply being a product owner of DuePoints. We do not put you in a loss-making position. Everywhere else you've gone, you've had to pay money. You had to buy the starter kit. You had to put money onto your computer. You know how they've asked you to do that. We need 4,000 Rand into something that we think is something, but you never get it back out. You've had to spend money going to training or buying training and application forms. None of that exists at DuePoint. None of it. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you are a wealth engineer, and you get all of these services at no additional cost. You also don't need any particular educational qualification because you're not a salesperson of ours. You're not a representative or a broker or an intermediary or an advisor or an employee. You're none of these things. You're simply using a piece of technology that we have to connect South Africans to us. Folks, it means that everybody, absolutely everybody in South Africa can be a wealth engineer. It means that everybody can build an asset for themselves, an asset that pays them every month. Recurring income, not cash in transit. An asset that will outlive them. When you pass away one day, this channel of income that you've created with us will automatically transfer to your children. They'll be able to earn it and grow it from that point forward. Nothing that you have had in South Africa before has ever empowered you to do that. Intergenerational wealth is what we create at DuePoint. And ladies and gentlemen, we've built this system to be absolutely simple. All you've got to know how to do is tap your phone. That's all you've got to do, is just tap your phone. If you're able to tap your phone, then you're able to connect people. And if you're able to connect people, then the people you connect to us are able to connect people. And so they will. And we have seen it repeatedly over the last half decade. Channels of connections forming across the country, starting with just single individuals tapping their phone and connecting South Africans to us. As your channel of distribution forms for us, we come along as the insurance company, DuePoint, and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout your channel. And your wealth is born without selling, without presentation, without any of those things you were concerned about. We then distribute your wealth to you in two ways. Firstly, through our returns program. Our returns program is going to pay you R27.50 for every product payment in your channel every month that it is paid, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment was made. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It's the simplest system in the country. Connect people to us. Some will take products and pay for them. When they do, you'll get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. Not once. Every month that product is paid for every product that individual has. So the individuals can take 2 products or 3 products or 4 products or 5 products. And for each one that is paid, you get 55 Rand. You now have the power of recurring income in your life because you will make a single connection for each individual. You won't chase after them every month to beg them to buy again. You've had to do this before in the past. You know, when you were selling the pots, the pans, the toiletries, all of that stuff, every month you had to go and ask people to buy again before you got your money. No. Here you will connect those individuals to us once. And from that point forward, our system will raise that debit order. Our products do not expire and they don't wear out. They're products you can have your entire life. And that means you have potentially created for yourself a permanent stream of income with us. These individuals will go out and they will connect a few people. Again, you will get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. 55 Rand every month that it is paid. Look at this example. There's a handful of people connected and you're earning just under 1,000 Rand a month. That's 12,000 Rand a year. What did you do? You connected a handful of people to us. That's all you did. Nothing special. No long conference level training on learning what the energy drink has in it and why it's better than the one you buy at Checkers and all of that jazz. Okay? None of that. You simply went out and connected a handful of people to us. And you're earning 12,000 Rand a year. But maybe 12,000 Rand a year is not enough for you. That's fine. Our system is designed to cater for any level of income. This is why I say, don't think you're earning more than you can earn. Yeah, I get the odd person like that. I could never. I had a guy on the phone with me the other day. Called me, explained his circumstances to me, told me that he's in desperate financial crisis. Once upon a time, he was very wealthy. Now he's lost everything because of the economic climate in South Africa, etc., etc. And I explained the DuePoint system to him. And he said, no, but this is the small change for me, small fry change for me. And I went, really? You're in economic crisis. You've just explained to me how you have no money. And you're telling me that this is not enough money for you. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, there's no ceiling on what you can earn here at DuePoint. We don't limit you at any point in the construction of your income with us. You can create an income of 5,000 Rand a month, 50,000 Rand a month, 500,000 Rand a month. You're going to have to do 2 things. You're going to have to connect people to us, and you're going to have to do it over time. Those are the two ingredients. Now, it's interesting. The connecting of people, people are happy to do that. And the moment I use the T word, time, it's like the F word, friend. No, the T word, time, the moment I do that, South Africans go, no, sorry. I'm not willing to put time into anything. Why? Because we're gamblers. That's what we are as South Africans. We're gamblers. That thing that came along and promised me wealth in 90 days, but I actually lost all my money to, the reason I was willing to put my money there was because it said I didn't need to put time in. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one way to make wealth anywhere in the world, and it's time. And here you'll have to put time in, and you'll have to put connections in. You do those two things, and you can create any level of income that you want. Let me show you how. This is the power of the leverage of this tool. We use a simple example in this presentation called 3+2. It's designed to be very conservative and to fit into everybody's lifestyle. It says, in your first month with us, connect just 3 people. That's it. Just 3 people in your first month. Nothing fancy. After that, connect just 2 people every month thereafter. 2 solid paid connections every single month. Not 20, not 30, not 8 hours a day. No, 2 people in an entire month. If you're able to do that, and we apply our real knowledge of this business, having done it for half a decade, we know how people earn. We apply all that mathematics. We know that after 6 months, you should reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month. Just think about how little you have been doing in DuePoint. You've been connecting 2 people a month. That's it. You've been tapping your phone twice in a month. And you have created for yourself an income of 2,500 Rand a month. Not once off, a month. That's 30,000 Rand a year. You see, for the gamblers, that's not good enough. They wanted to be rich there, 3 months in. That's where they wanted to be rich. That's 90% of South Africans. If you can't make me rich in 90 days, then I'm not interested. I've had that exact statement made to me. Okay, this is a person that's destitute. I love it. I often have unemployed people in our presentations, naturally, because we're in South Africa, and they say to me, Brent, this is fantastic, but I don't have time. They're unemployed. What are they spending their time on? It's the same as when someone comes to me and says, if you cannot make me rich in 3 months, then I'm not interested. Then I say, no problem. The Monte Casino is just down the road here. Go spend your money there. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been doing nothing. You've been simply connecting 2 people a month, and you're on 30,000 Rand a year with us after half a year. You're still very busy, so all you can do is still 2 people, 2 people, 2 people, 2 people, 2 people. Do it for 1 year, and that 2.5 becomes around 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. In 1 year, you can engineer for yourself a 10,000 Rand a month raise. Not a once-off when I sell the goodies money. Every month, around the 17th of the month, 9,000 to 10,000 Rand comes into your bank account. How is life starting to change for you now? How are things starting to feel? You see, when you start thinking of the list of expenses you have, even if I think of the list of expenses I have, that 9,000 Rand, it's going to pay for my kid's private school. It's going to pay for private medical aid. It's going to pay for all the things most South Africans don't have, just 10,000 Rand. See, when they promise you the 100,000 Rand a month, they know that you want it because it's the dream. But what we actually need as South Africans on the ground is an extra 10 grand a month. It's 120,000 Rand a year. What would 120,000 Rand for every South African do to our economy? How would our economy change if the average person earned 10,000 Rand more a month? 1 year. Not 1 month, not 1 week, not 10 people. A year of working with us, and you can reasonably expect to be on that. Do it for 2 years, and that 10 will become about 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's 360,000 Rand a year. You have engineered it for yourself. You cannot be fired from it. You cannot be retrenched from it. It is your income that you have created in 2 years of work with us. Do it for 3. It becomes 40 to 45,000 Rand a month. Do it for 4 years, you're up to 60,000 Rand. Now, I've already lost you. You see, at 60,000 Rand, it's already way more than the average South African earns, and you're still trying to contemplate what it would look like and feel like to live with 30,000 Rand a month. But it doesn't stop. You see, that's not that. When you're employed, your income stops. They give you the raise in January. You're super excited about it because it's more than you got the whole of last year. But by February, you're bored because it's the same number. And it's the same number in May and July and October. And it's the same number. You've got to wait all the way until January. Here, it's constantly on the move. I left you at 27,000 Rand. I'm already on 60. And you haven't stopped doing or changed what you were doing. All you're doing is just connecting 2 people a month. Do it for half a decade and it's up to 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. You didn't do anything fancy. All you did is you kept connecting 2 solid paid people a month. That's all you did. And after 5 years, not 5 months or 5 weeks, 5 years, you're now earning 80 to 100,000 rand a month. It doesn't stop there. It keeps going. You see, this is not something that just grinds to a halt. This is something you can work on your whole life. What does it look like when you've done it for 20 years? Many of you have worked in your careers for 20 years. You didn't get there. But you were happy to go back. You didn't tell your boss, I'm sorry, if you can't make me rich in 90 days, I'm not interested. You didn't tell him that. You were only too happy. You're going to go back tomorrow morning. Or you're not. You're going to, yes, sir, no, sir. How long do you want me to stay today? I don't know. That's what we do, is it not? But here we put a tool in your hands that says 5 years, and you'll be on that. Don't tell me you want it in 90 days. No one can give you wealth in 90 days. But if you're willing to put 5 years in, well, then we can change your life forever. We've changed people's lives. I told you about Tuesday night. This last Tuesday night, we had people up from around the country on our stage. We put 2 or 3 up every month. Every month, 2 or 3. Just a fraction of the people that are building at DuePoint around the country. We had 2 oldies back up because it was the end of the year. We felt it would be good to have people that had walked a year with us and talk about what their year had been like. So we'd seen them before. What had happened 12 months later? We started with Peter and Rena. They've been with us for quite some time now, but they spoke about how they stepped away for 2 years. 2 years, no, we were going to build this, we were going to do this. Life was carrying on. People had let them down. They didn't want to use the DuePoint tool anymore. Beginning of this year, they came back. And over the course of the year, they've built a channel that's worth $8,000. Now imagine you start the year. We're coming up on January. It's close. You can picture the beginning of 2020. Imagine if at the beginning of 2020, you're on what you're earning now. And at the end of 2020, you're 8,000 Rand a month more. You still got your job, but you just get an extra 8 grand every month. Peter and Rena are now in it to win it. They're talking about how that 7 is going to become 20 at the end of next year. What is it when it's 240,000 Rand a year that you get on the side? You got your job, but you just get an extra $250,000 Rand a year. That's what they're building. That's what they've realized is the power of this tool. We had up Philip Peru with us, 9 months with us now, hey? It's still nothing. It's just like I can't believe that we have Philip up with 9 months. The second time he's been up. If you get up on our stage twice in 9 months, you know you're cooking. You know you're cooking, all right? He was up a couple months ago, but we had to bring him up again because in 9 months of just committed growth, he's got such a powerful testimony. I encourage you to go and listen. It's on our Facebook page right now. You can go and listen to it. It's on Anchor. It's a podcast. Listen to his story. Believe you me, it'll make your circumstances look rosy. Okay, 9 months with us. He's got a channel worth 20,000 Rand a month. Now remember I said to you that after 6 months, $2,500. Why? Because you were only connecting 2 people a day. Philip decided he could do better than 2 connections a month. That's what he decided. I can do better than 2 a month. And so he does, what does he do? I think I've seen him range between 30 and 70 a month. 70 connections in a month. Okay, not 2, 70. And what does it mean? It means that in a fraction, he's done 2 years. What did I say? After 2 years, you should be on 20 to 30,000 bucks. After 2 years, 9 months. That's the power of the tool that we put in South Africans' hands. It's not money on your screen. I enjoy those. Look at how my gold is doing. I'm like, okay, put it in your bank account. No, it's just on my computer screen. I can't put it in my bank account. You know, look at how my currency is doing. Okay, great, put it in your bank account. No, if I put it in my bank account, boof, it goes to nothing. This is money in the bank. You get an SMS every month that says, from FNB, in contact, here's your money. We can continue to be gamblers, or we can start to take our futures into our own hands and start engineering a real economic future for ourselves. Folks, we have got thousands of stories, well, not thousands. We've got well over 100 of these stories that are out there. And when I say 100, those are just the people we put on our stage. Over the half decade, we've had lots of people up here, all earning different amounts. We show you everybody. We're not hiding anything. We show you everybody. You choose how much you want to earn. You choose what you want to do with your life with us. There's no more time. There's no more time for debate. And there's no more time for delay. It's right now. Read the newspapers. It's right now or never. It really is right now or never. It's time to pick it up and go. The second way we create wealth for you, that was just the first way. The second way we create wealth for you is through our XP Rewards training program. We're actually going to teach you how to do this business. For many people, it's the first time they're doing this sort of thing. They're worried. They're scared. It's one of the reasons. This is lovely, but I don't know how to do it. It's all right. We'll show you how to do it. Through our XP Rewards program, we're going to train you. We're going to teach you. And as you do the training and the teaching, we're going to reward you. We start by giving you XP points, experience points. They will accumulate. As they accumulate, and your channel grows, and they match up to the criteria in the program, we rank you up. When you rank up, we give you cash on top of your returns. So you start getting these growing amounts of cash every time you rank up. Then at rank 5, we give you a set of tools that are going to take you to the next level of wealth creation with us. Rank 7, we get you gold-gilded imported business cards with your details on. When you give people gold-gilded business cards, not gold inked, real gold, gold leaf on it. Look, they look like gold bars, okay? When you give people cards with gold on them, they're going to do one of two things. One, they're going to be super impressed and want to get involved with you. Two, they're going to scrape the gold off and go and sell it. Those are the two things they're going to do for you. But you get them at rank 7. At rank 9, when you've put in time and connections, and you've built a channel that's rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, it's not a competition, you don't requalify, as long as you maintain a channel size, every year that you do going forward, we'll take you and your family away. 5-star business class, all expenses paid. Not you alone, you and your family. Not economy class. Not you can't eat this and can't drink that. I've seen those ones. They're normally with the gambling ones. No, here is all expenses paid. Why? Because you've already created wealth. At rank 9, you can already pay for your own Mauritius trip. But because we're in the business of wealth creation, we treat you like the wealthy. And we take you away. Everything I've shown you this evening has already been delivered. We're not hoping that one day someone goes rank 9. We go away every year and have every year gone away with our rank 9s. This year's group are leaving with us on the 7th, 30 days time. 30 days time, we're getting on the plane for our next rank 9 trip to a new location. We're going to Latouz Rock in Mauritius this time. See, not the caravan park, not the camping park. We're going to Latouz Rock. Super deluxe luxury 5-star there, where you've got butlers and, you just push the button on the umbrella and they bring the drink and the food. It's like literally, that's the kind of stuff that happens. That's where they're going to go. And as a result, we can show you. We can show you what a decision to put time and effort in looks like. Because we've done it before. This is what rank 9 looks like. 30 days. We're off to the next one. This is available to everybody in South Africa. It is more than just the creation of an income stream. It's a creation of freedom and wealth. This is what it looks like. And everybody can join us next year. There's no limitations. There's no qualifications. You just have to do the time and the numbers. Connect the individuals to us. You've got a whole year to do it in. A whole year. We'll be going to a different location next year. Planning has already commenced. This is what happens. What is it like to wake up on the 1st of January of every new year and know that your December holiday is booked and paid for? That's what rank 9s know and feel here at DuePoint. At rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not financed through us or rented from us. We're going to give it to you and then take it away. It's your tool. What would you be willing to do to live a life that looked like this? Would you be willing to put time in? That's all that we ask for here at DuePoint. We create all of this wealth, ladies and gentlemen, off of the back of our financial services products. We've got 5 of them here at DuePoint. The first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 324 Rand a month. For that, you're going to get 2 separate and individual products, your very own tax-free investment account, and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. The next product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month. For that, you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover, no waiting periods, no maximum age limits, and no medical examinations or declarations. Everybody can be covered by us. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It starts at $299, but you've got a whole host of options you can pick from. 20 grand, 30 grand's worth of funeral cover, 5 or 10 family members on the cover with you, and you as the principal member get 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover, which means that when you pass away, we'll settle 10,000 Rands worth of your debt for you. Our fourth product is our Legal Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month, and for that you get 250,000 Rands worth of legal expenses insurance. What does this mean? Well, remember, as a wealth engineer, you get our Legal Access service, which is a lawyer at the end of your phone. Well, with our Legal Guard product, the lawyer is in the room with you. They will cover you for just about anything. They'll cover you right through from labor cases to divorce cases to drawing up contracts to helping you review contracts if you need to go into contracts. It's got trauma counseling, debt counseling, all sorts of stuff that you all get in the package for 249 Rand a month, 250,000 Rand per case. It's absolutely incredible. Our fifth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. This is 299 Rand a month to be a member. As a member, you get access to our suppliers where you can get our prices and our discounts and our account managers and vouchers and packages and all sorts of things we get as a corporate you now have access to. And do that second rule of wealth creation, decrease your monthly expenditure. That's what this product is designed for. Folks, every one of our products has got a fully comprehensive training video on it. Even if you can't read, you can watch the video and know all the benefits, all the terms and conditions, and how you can maximize your experience with us here at DuePoint. All of our products are best in class in South Africa. I will guarantee you that we have done a lot of continuous research on our products, and we know that our products compete in every one of the classes that they're in. So at DuePoint, you get the tool for wealth creation and the top of the class products for these prices, $299 to about $324 a month. Folks, we wrap our entire business in our Achievers Quest. This is to get you cash flush quickly and to help you grow as you spend time building your wealth with us. It says in every calendar month, if you can put 10, 20, or 30 people into your channel and get them to pay in the same calendar month, then we will boost your returns and rewards by an extra 5, 10, or 15,000 Rand. You can do this every month. Every month, you can boost your earnings by 5, 10, or 15 grand. You can do it in your first month with us. It's the beginning of November. You've still got plenty time to get 10 or 20 or 30 people into your channel. If you're able to do that, then Christmas this year will be boosted by an extra 5, 10, or 15,000 Rand. How badly do you want it? We have lots of people that sit in this presentation and go, yes, that's what I want. I used to tease them. It was the rank 9 trip. I was like, who wants to come with? Everybody, man, I want to book my ticket. You'll see me there. And then I never see them again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is real. If only I could set up a table and actually put it on the table, maybe you would believe then how real what we're talking about is here. If you are willing to connect 10 people, just think about how few 10 people is, to DuePoint in this month of November, and make sure they paid by the end of the month, on the 17th of December, into your bank account, not onto a computer screen, into your bank account will go a minimum of 5,000 Rand. A minimum. You tell me when you find a flaw with the DuePoint system. You stop me and you tell me. It is designed to get you out the gates in your first month. Not into a loss-making position where you had to put money into the computer or buy the stock on the ground. No, none of that's happening tonight. What's happening is that you have this moment forward to get cracking, get connecting, and from the middle of December, when we pay out for November, you are earning. You are in profit with us here at DuePoint, and you can do it every single month going forward. What does an extra 60,000 Rand a year, an extra 120, an extra 180 do for you on top of your returns and rewards? Think about it and commit to the process. Everything you need to know about us, ladies and gentlemen, is public knowledge. We're public. It's out there on the internet. You can find us listed on the JSE under Conduit Capital. You can go to Constantia's website, financial statements, directors, BEE status, everything you need. It's publicly available. 70-year-old insurance company. Go to the regulator's website. FSCA has got our life and short-term licenses and our FSP licenses. Not one, multiples. Those of you who are here, you can go and see them all on the wall. In fact, that's not even a comprehensive list. That we ran out of space. You can just go and see all the licenses we have space for. They're all there. But at some point, you're going to have to make the decision. And every South African will make this decision over the next 10 years. I'm sure of it. Whether or not to become a wealth engineer. Now, Rob always says, I don't have time to even debate that with you. It's when you become a wealth engineer. Tonight, to become a wealth engineer is 4 things that you've got to do for us. You've got to sign up. You've got to go to our website, DuePoint.net, watch the videos, read the pages, click join and apply, fill out the form. You're a wealth engineer in less than 3 minutes, not a single cent having parted from your pockets. Not a cent. This is not a financial decision. It is a system of picking a tool up and getting out there and using it. Folks, then you need our technology. If you're going to connect people to us, you need the technology to connect people. Download our app. It is free, the app. Put it on your smartphone and get connecting. But you're going to need to know how to connect. So you need to watch the training. This is something that I fight people with all the time. I feel I should lock the app. You can't use it until you've done the training. But we decided not to do that. Folks, when you open the app up, you're going to click Tools in the bottom right-hand corner, and your Getting Started videos will be there. It's about 4 or 5. Those 4 or 5, you can watch most of them before you go to bed tonight. Once you've watched the videos, there's a written exam. No, I'm joking. There is no exam. You just have to watch the videos. Once you've watched the videos, you then know how to do that one thing that you do for us. No selling, no presenting, no arguing, no debating. Just connecting. And once you've connected 3 people to us, you start earning. That's it. There's nothing hidden. There's nothing complicated. There's nothing sinister about what we do here. It's simply a case of leveraging technology to create wealth for you. Those of you who are ranked 4 and above, you know that Converge is coming up. I'm talking to you again about it. Why? Because we're going to be paying October's returns and rewards and Achiever Quest out now in the next week or 2, which means I know that you'll all have money for the last time this year. Why do I know it'll be the last time this year? Because Christmas is coming, and when Christmas comes, the whole of South Africa goes into debt. Ladies and gentlemen, our only conference of the year that requires you to make a payment is our Converge conference. It's our biggest one of the year. It's black tie, it's meals, it's drinks, it's the whole lot. And so you need to make your payment for your ticket. We have only 120 seats at this conference. It's completely exclusive, and we have more than 120 people already that have been booked for the conference. However, you only secure your seat once you have paid. At the moment, more than half of the tickets have been paid. There is less than half left. If you wish to come along, do not think because you gave us your name, you've got a seat. You don't. You only have a seat once it is paid. Get that payment in now in November, because I know December and January you're not going to have the money, and that means you're going to miss out on our single biggest event of the year. If you're not rank 4, find a rank 4 and get them to get you a ticket. Otherwise, you can't attend. Rank 4s, I'm expecting payments in for those of you who are still missing, and we're expecting to see you there. It is going to be epic. I promise you, it's going to be amazing. Every year we take it up, and it's going to go up another notch next year. Then, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, it's Cape Town Encounter. We're going to be live. I'm flying down there at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to feel like a cyclist on Saturday morning. You know those poor cyclists that every Saturday morning get up at 4 o'clock in the morning? That's me this Saturday. I'm going to feel just like a cyclist. And we're going to be in Cape Town to do an awesome, awesome conference. It's going to be epic. There are like 500 people booked at the moment. It's amazing. It's really, really, I'm so excited about it. I think it's going to be our biggest one of the year. Might even be our biggest one ever. I'm expecting to see you all down there with your guests, with your wealth engineers. If you do bring guests, please remember they need to have seen an introduction presentation before you bring them in. There is no point in putting them in a room and they go, I don't know what's going on here. Make sure they've watched an introduction presentation. We start at around about 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. The details of the address, it's in Century City, but the details of the address, and that's all on your tickets. Make sure you've booked. We're going to see you down there. It is going to be amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, everything you need is online. We broadcast live across the country every day on YouTube. We have all the social media content that you need, and if you struggle with data, everything's in podcasts. We've got it all for you. We've got an online store on our website. You just click on store. You can buy all the tools that you need, and I encourage you to do so. Pros have the tools, amateurs don't. Get the tools. We'll deliver them to you, and you can get out there and start connecting people like a professional as you build wealth for yourselves. We're very serious about what we've done here. We're very serious about what we're doing here at DuePoint. Our expectation is that we have created the economic solution for the South African economy. And we want you guys to be involved with us. Part of the tens of thousands that have already joined us over the last couple of years and months. Pick the tool up tonight and start connecting people. You've got questions and concerns, ask them. We have a client service team you can call Monday to Friday. And if you're in the office ever, you can ask us right here. But don't walk away with the wrong perspective, the wrong image of what DuePoint is. It is very likely not what you think it is. It is very likely to be the tool that will change your future forever. And so pick it up and start building wealth with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be live again tomorrow at 12:15. Fridays is the best day to be connecting people because we know people only work until lunch. After lunch, they're at the office, but they're not working. So at 12:15 tomorrow, gather your peers around a computer, tune into our broadcast via YouTube, and start connecting people tomorrow at 12:15. We're live. Tune in. Be here. And then Saturday, we're in Cape Town, and Rob's here doing the intro at 10 as well. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys outside, and I'll see the rest of you at 12:15 tomorrow.